Hello everyone. In case you haven't heard it, Fyne 2.8 is out. You can get V 2.8.0 into your applications right away. Check out our blog post for more information about what's included. There's so much stuff. There's new graphical primitives, we've got 3D shaders, lots of optimizations, huge numbers of APIs that add to the rich text, the desktop window handling, and we've got the first pass of accessibility in there as well. So check it out. I would love to go into all the details here, but I figured I can't really do that properly with just one demo. So read the blog, check out the features on our website or in your own app, and let me show you one little thing that I was astounded by was possible as a result of this release. I want to introduce you to Orbitly. It's a rendering of our solar system so that people can browse and understand. And this is a Fyne app unlike any that I've built before. For one thing, it was vibe coded. It wasn't until most of the functionality was there and people had been testing the first versions that I dug into the code and started to make tweaks myself. But also, it wouldn't be possible with so much that 2.8 has added to the system. So let's just jump in and you can see what I mean. Here we have the home screen for Orbitly. It's the solar system, it's animated on the screen, and it's pretty richly put together. What you can see in sort of order of back to front is a star field simulation with pulsating stars. That's an OpenGL rendered scene through the new shader type in Fyne. Then we have these rings and the various text elements on screen. These are all standard Fyne components or widgets. This is the ellipse type here, this is a label, and then we've got panels which are rounded rectangles with transparencies, and these items here are using standard Fyne APIs to highlight elements to become a bit of a navigation. But of course the main star here is the planets. Those are also OpenGL shaders. They're made up of various layers which we can look at, but they have labels attached to them, and of course those are Fyne text elements. So we're keeping in sync elements of user interface, of canvas, and of the OpenGL sort of three-dimensional image space that has previously not been available to developers using Fyne at all. And so it all comes together quite beautifully. But that, of course, is just what's on screen. What we can do with it is so much richer. You can see these items are moving around. We're making use of the animation APIs. And I can step into it even further and we can see more moving around. So let me just choose perhaps the Earth planet, and you can see it animate into view. Everything is moving around on screen completely coordinated. These callouts are standard widgets that are just put onto an attractive rectangle. It currently follows the planet, but of course we're zoomed in, so it doesn't look like that if I zoom out. You can see that as the planet moves, our label is moving. Let's zoom back in and we could pin it and move it anywhere that we wanted to. You can see we're looking at the Earth here. It's not a precise representation, but it's pretty impressive. You can see the sun's rays hitting it, the landmass moving around. But now that we're zoomed in, we can look at the different layers that make up each of these planets. And so I could turn off the atmosphere, that glow around it, or the cloud coverage, so we're just looking at the surface land masses, or take them away completely, and you can see it's just built off a basic sphere. And so by using these different layers, all shaders described within a Fyne application context, we're able to build up some incredible visuals. We can jump out of this animation again, back to the home screen, and I can show you the guided tour as well. So for somebody wanting to learn about the solar system, this is going to step them through one at a time. A little bit of information about the sun, a great place to start. And then that will move from one planet to another, and you can learn about them as we step through. I'm just going to exit that. Of course, all of these things are different layers in the application, different widgets or components, and we can turn them off separately, so we could hide the labels or the orbits of the planet, and then zoom up the animation as well if you really want to see what it could look like in really fast time. Naturally, This search functionality exists as well, so we can go to the Earth, there it is, or we could search for something with rings, there we go, Saturn, absolutely, or we could search by an element, iron perhaps, and we could see that that's important to Mars, and so now we're following the red planet around. Hopefully this is really interesting to folk who want to just see what's possible. This is such a step forward with the APIs from Fyne 2.8. Check out the blog, see the announcements, look at the new APIs, but also head to apps.fyne.io where you'll see some new really beautiful applications and a whole new category of games as well being added that show off a lot of this functionality. Thanks ever so much for joining me on this video. Hopefully there's something to get your teeth stuck into with the new APIs that Fyne has added in v2.8.0. Check it out and let us know how you're getting on. The community channels can be found either from fyne.io or you can contact me on my website andy.xyz. You can check out my YouTube video archive as you see there, and maybe join me on Patreon and consider sponsoring the work. It would not be possible without the kind support of James and Robert and CMA Tranfield. Thank you for supporting this and for making it possible to keep Fyne moving forward. Of course, I also need to thank at least 39 other contributors that have added to this new release, so thank you everybody that made it possible. And do consider checking out aptrix.ai, where all of this functionality is made available through a drag and drop AI assisted user interface for people to build incredible apps without having to know how to code. Thanks so much, check out the update, and I'll see you in another video.